I'm going to teach awareness through movement, which is how do I do this? How do I teach? The thing is with the internet, so the good thing is I can guide you through a lesson, what we call a Feldenkrais lesson. It's not, I don't want to call it like teaching, but I guide you through a movement sequence, and I give you hints of awareness, of mindfulness, of what to look out for and how to do the lesson. And that's really cool that we can use the internet and YouTube to be able to do that. I really want this to be a course to make Feldenkrais, this strange sounding name, this method, as easily accessible as possible and still have a thorough teaching. So the good thing is we have YouTube, we can do this. The downside is I cannot see you, I can't see what you're doing. You can hear me, that's the most important thing. If you cannot see me, I mean, you can see me in the video, but when you do the exercises, when I guide you through the movement sequence, it doesn't matter when you can't see me. If you don't look at the screen, the most important is you can hear me. For me, it would be most important to be able to see you, so I can see how you react to what I say, how you respond to it, how you move. I can't. There's a time distance between when I talk. I'm talking right now, but you're listening right now, but there's a time distance between us, between these two things. It's strange, isn't it? We're messing with time here and distance. So I have to use my experience with my clients, what I see, what I've seen in people, and I assume that you're similar to most people. Of course, you're not similar to all the other people. You're unique in the way you are, in the way you move. But still, there's things most people get right, people get wrong, people do, people don't do, and that's what I will talk about and what I will address also. So the most important thing, you can hear me. So let's start with a very short lesson. I want to keep it within like 8-9 minutes. I think 4 minutes, 3 minutes would be far too short to teach anything. It's not worth taking the effort to go on the floor or to really get into something. I think 10 minutes is something like, we can do something in 10 minutes. But it's not 50 minutes or 1 hour. Usually I teach 1 hour lessons. So I have to make it shorter, just to get into how to do these lessons, so as a start. And for this lesson, please come into a side-lying position. Usually you would need a floor, like a yoga mat or like a carpet, a blanket, a soft blanket. This first lesson you can do in your bed. Doesn't matter if it's soft or hard, just that you get into a side-lying position. And it doesn't really matter which side, left side or right side, there's that choice to make, but most people, they have a favorite side, so pick your favorite side. And when I say side-lying position, let's assume you're on your right side. If you're on the left side, just think the other way. If you're on the right side, and a real side-lying position would mean that your left shoulder is on top of your right shoulder, exactly on top, that your left hip is on top of your right hip, that your left knee is on top of your right knee, that your left foot is on top of your right foot. It's exactly a side-lying position. If the left shoulder is behind the right shoulder, this would be a twist. Or if the upper knee is on the floor, or on the bed, wherever you are, this would be a side-lying twist position. We don't want a twist, we want a pure 100% side-lying position. So that's important. If your head is not comfortable because it's hanging down, get a cushion or roll up another blanket and put your head on top. Just make sure you're comfortable on your side in a pure side-lying position. And that's already a big part of the lesson, of this first lesson, to come into this position and be comfortable in this position. And start to rest. Don't do anything. But when you lie down now, just try to lie down completely. Have your head rest completely. Have your upper shoulder rest on your chest. Put your upper hand somewhere in front of your belly or your chest, somewhere. Relax your legs. Just have them really fully resting. Try to get any tension out of the body, and that's a difficult thing to do. You can't just tell somebody, relax, and then expect full relaxation and all the muscles letting go. It doesn't work that way. So that's why we use movement as a first stage to find where we have effort in our muscles, where we have muscle effort, which we don't need at all at the moment in this particular situation. So we focus on the task at hand. We want to be able to do what we want to do without doing other things which are not part of this or just disturbing it, just really just side-lying. So by now your breath should be relaxed already. It takes a while from moving. If you change a position, it takes a while for the breath and for the heart rate. For the heart rate we can measure it, for the breath also. It takes a while to notice that it's just steady, regular. And please bring your attention to your upper shoulder, to the shoulder you're not lying upon. And that doesn't mean that you move the shoulder. No, it's not about moving the shoulder, it's just relax and bring your attention to the shoulder. So what's the shoulder? We think of bones. There's a bone in your upper arm. The bone in the upper arm is called the humerus. And there's the shoulder blade in the back of the chest, somewhere on your back. And in the front there's the clavicle, collarbone. If you cannot just feel those bones, you can use your hand to be able to touch them and get a feel for them, to get a feel how they are shaped like, where they are positioned. And then just rest again. Don't do anything. Now, have your attention on the shoulder. And I want you to find something. You could, don't move your shoulder. You could move it in 4 different directions, distinct directions. Upwards towards your ear, downwards towards your hip, in front and into the back. That's 4 directions. Don't move. What I want you to find out which direction is the easiest. And don't start making an eggbeater with your shoulder. Don't whisk the shoulder around. Don't move. Just, I want you to feel. It's a test. A very subtle, smallish, movement-like-ish thing. Just test very slightly which direction would be the easiest. So you have to test the 4 directions. And don't move an inch. Don't move a millimeter. It's before you move. There's tension. You're playing with the tonus of the muscles. Try to find out which direction is easiest. And then follow this direction. And come back. Let the shoulder sink back towards a neutral position where you don't pull the shoulder in any direction at all. Don't pull it upwards, downwards, forwards, backwards. Just find the neutral position and then start again in the direction which is easiest to move. And then let go again. Don't bring the shoulder back to where it was, but just let go. Stop moving the shoulder. Just move it a tiny little bit and then stop pulling it. Don't bring it back to where it was, just stop pulling it. Do this many times. And you will notice when you keep this very subtle quality, this very soft movement, very easy. It's more than easy, it's almost like nothing. Just a little bit. Just first it's nothing, just change of tonus, and then it's a bit more, and then it's like a half an inch. How much is that, like 1 centimeter? just a little bit. Move it and then just stop moving. So the shoulder will go back somewhere, and then do it again and again. And do this many times until it starts to become soft and smooth. The quality of the movement will change. So you can play with this movement in the morning, after you wake up, or before you can go to sleep. Use this, try this for a couple of days, and in the next lesson we will build upon what you found out.